I was diagnosed with dyslexia when I was in grade 2. Beforehand, like in grade 1 and even in kindergarten and everything, teachers always knew there was something wrong with me just because of my spelling and the way I wrote and how I read. I could actually hardly read. Things just progressively started to get worse, and they started to notice it more. And in grade 2, they finally learned and found out that I did have dyslexia. Grade 3 and 4, when I remember most is that it was really hard because I was different from everybody else, and I really didn't like that because it was just hard for me to put my hand up to read in front of the class, or even to, I was embarrassed to hand my papers in to my teachers because I knew that my writing and my letters and reading just looked totally different and sounded totally different than everybody else. So it did bother me a lot. Bullying, that started like in grade 1, and it still happens today, unfortunately. But the reason people bullied me, I really don't know why, because I didn't do anything to them. They were making fun of my reading. When I read, I couldn't read. My spelling, they just thought that they called me stupid and dumb, and you're never going to be able to get through school and everything like that. Actually, I remember this one girl, and she bullied me so much that every morning during school, I would wake up crying and begging my mom, just let me stay home. And that memory still's in my head just because of the words that she said hurt me, but it was also embarrassing me because everybody else around me was looking at me, and it would just really, I just really didn't like it. My mom, she went to different meetings with different people from the Hamilton-Wentworth District School Board, and those people actually told my mom word for word that I would never be able to graduate high school, I would never be an honor student, and I would never be able to do things like gymnastics and sports. When you have dyslexia, it's not only a learning disability, but it throws off your balance and stuff like that. And so that hurt too when I found that out. Just having professional people tell me that I would never make it to high school and never be able to make it to post-secondary school. I've always tried to keep it a secret because I'm embarrassed of it. I'll admit that. When people ask me, it's just embarrassing, and I don't like people knowing that because then it just makes me look different from everybody else. It kind of was a secret for a long time. My mom, she would always obviously be there when I came home crying and stuff. She would always be there just to comfort me like she always is. And my family is so supportive of everything. There was this one verse that my mom gave me, and she printed it off and laminated it for me on this piece of paper, and I would just keep it in my desk all day long. And the verse was, I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. And every time at school when somebody said some rude comment to me, or I just felt like I was different and I'm never going to be, and just started to believe the things that people were saying to me, I took out that verse and I read it, and I read it over and over and over again in my head. And just by reading that, I just felt God comforting me, and it just got me through that day and those hard times. I did not like how I had dyslexia, but it wasn't until like grade 6 that I started to just accept who I was and what I had, and that I was different from other people. I started to just trust God that He has a plan for me, and that no matter what I have and no matter what I can't do, with Him I can get through all things, just like that verse said. Because I'm a Christian, because I have Jesus living, like I've accepted Jesus, I can just get through everything that I deal with. So actually this year, going into grade 11, I walked into my school And in my school foyer, there is these 4 big boards. And on those 4 big boards are the honor roll students. I've always just walked by them because I've always been told, you'll never make it. I never have made it because it's like you need a crazy high average. For me, it's crazy high, not for other people necessarily. So one day I was just walking around with my friends, and my friends, they stopped and stared at the board. And they were just looking for their names and stuff, and I was just kind of like sitting there on my phone texting like, my name's not gonna be on there. And my one friend's like, Shannon, you're on there. I'm like, are you serious? So I literally, I started laughing because that's how excited I was. I took out my phone, I took a picture of it, and that day I ran home to my mom. And I'm like, Mom, you'll never believe this. And I took out my phone and showed her the picture of my name on the grade 10 honor roll list. And we were like, what is this? How does, you were told your whole life that you will never be able to do this. I actually just got, a couple days ago, I got my midterm report card. And I was like, oh yeah, Mom, I got my report card today. And she's like, oh really? Let me go see it. I'm like, no, I don't want to go upstairs, but I'll just tell you about it. This is my word for word. I'm like, yeah, Mom, I really don't know what my problem is. And she's like, well, what do you mean? I had a straight A report card. And like I said, I've always been told never be able to have a straight A report card, never be able to make honor roll. And I came home, and that just, honestly, it made my day. I was just amazed by it. Even with sports and everything, when I was told that I wasn't going to be able to do, that I shouldn't, not that I wasn't, but I shouldn't be able to do sports because of the balance problem. Like most of you know, I am in love with sports. That's what I love doing them. No matter how many people tell me that I wasn't going to be able to, or shouldn't be able to do things like gymnastics and wakeboarding and stuff, I do them, and I love doing them, and I can do it. I just wanted to encourage you, if you're in a similar situation, if you're being bullied, or you're depressed, or you feel like you don't fit in, or you feel different, or you just don't like who you are, and you don't like that how people treat you, that God does love you, and He has an unconditional love for you, no matter what you look like, no matter who tells you how much they hate you or how much they dislike you. No matter what you do, He will always love you unconditionally. My name is Shannon Bennett. I am a child of God, and in Him I have victory, and I am an overcomer.